In this video, we are gonna learn about Subtool Master. So first of all, it has 23 buttons in total, and we are gonna talk about each one of them one by one. So let's start with this big button called Subtool Master. What it will do, it will basically project your Subtool Master on left side of your 3D workspace. Next is Multi-Append button. What it will do, it will import multiple 3D objects or ZTool at once. So with the help of this, you can import multiple objects in one click. So these are some OBJs I have exported from Blender. So I'm gonna select all of them and click open. And as you can see in my subtools, there are 8 different tools right now. Next is export. So what it will do, it will let you export your subtool to many different 3D formats, including .ma, which is Maya ASCII file, and you can choose from different settings like you can clear mask, show hidden points. You can export each subtool to single polygroup. You can turn off creasing. You can export them to folders, or you can export them as single file. Next is merge. What it will do, it will let you merge all your subtools at once, and you can choose from these two different types. Like in merge only, it will create another subtool with all the objects in one, and in merge and delete extra subtools, it will merge all of these and delete them as individual subtool, and the only that merged object will be visible. So let me show you. Like if you select merge only and click OK, as you can see, it will merge all of them and create this merged cube, which is like combination of all of them. Now let's select second option, merge and delete extra subtools. So what it will do, it will merge them and delete the individual subtools, and only the merged version it will keep. So next is invert vis. What it will do, it will invert the visibility of your subtools. So right now you can see I have these 4 subtools visible and rest are hidden. So if I click this invert vis, it will toggle the visibility of your subtools. Next is low res vis. What it will do, it will set your visible subtools to their lowest subdivision level. Right now you can see all my visible subtools are at subdivision level of 4. So if I click this low res vis, all my subtools are at subdivision level 1 now. Next is scale offset. So what it will do, it will take all your subtools and set their scale to 1 and their offsets to 0. So it will basically apply your transformation, location and the scaling. So let's say I scaled up this cone and scaled down this torus, and I click scale offset now. So what it does, it set it the scale of all my subtools to 1 and their offsets, their locations to 0. Next is shift up. What it will do, it will shift your visible subtools to the top of the list in subtool menu. So right now I have these subtools visible and they are not on the top of the list. So if I click this shift up, now you can see all my visible subtools are at top of the list in subtool menu. Next is array to mesh. What it will do, it will basically apply the array modifier to your mesh. Right now I have this Suzanne head and I have array on it, and as you can see, if I change anything to one mesh, it will automatically get transferred to other meshes as well. So if I click this array to mesh, okay, you have to make sure that you don't have any subdivision level, otherwise it will not work. So you have to delete your subdivision level, and then if you click on this array to mesh, you can see all of my object got separated, and now I can individually make changes to them. Next is open close all. So it will just toggle your folders. So I have 2 folders in my scene. If I click this button, you can see it will open all the folders, and again if I click that button, it will close the folders. So this is what it does. Next is this copy folder button. It's very useful button. Like if I have this folder with 3 objects in it and I select this folder and click copy folder, so now it has changed to paste folder. Okay, now I can, like for example, I'll go to this cylinder 3D and I'll click on paste folder. So it will paste this folder into this palette. So it's very useful and very handy. Next is this save ZTool. As the name says, it will let you save your subtools as ZTool or PNG or GIF, anything you want in your hard drive. Next is this folder only, but it's not a button, it's a toggle. So if you turn it on and now try to append something, you cannot see the OBJs individually. You can only see the folder you have. Like this is the folder in which all my OBJs are there. but I cannot see them individually, so I have to append this whole folder at one time. So as you can see, it has created a new folder called objs, the same name of my folder in my hard drive, and appended these primitive shapes in a new folder. Next is multi-insert. Again, you can insert multiple objects at once in your subtool. Let me turn this folder only option off, and now I can see my OBJs. So yes, you can import multiple objects at once using multi-insert. So the next button is mirror. As the name suggests, you can mirror your subtool on any axis you want. Also, you can select either you want to merge it into one subtool or you want to append it as a new subtool. So I want to merge it into one subtool, and I'll select x-axis and click OK. As you can see, the Suzanne had got mirrored on the x-axis. Next button is fill. This will let you fill your objects with selected color or material or both. Like if I select this golden material right here for these and go to fill, you can choose from here, like if you want to fill it with the color, with the selected color, which is white in this case, the selected material, which is golden in this case, or both. So I want to get it filled with material right now, and I click OK. So now all my subtools are got filled with this material, and now if I change my material back to startup material, you can see these materials will not get changed back. Next is delete invis. It will delete your invisible subtool. So right now you can see I have 3 subtools invisible, and if I click this delete invis, it will show me a warning because deleting anything in Zbrush cannot be undone. The Ctrl Z will not work in deletion. So I click OK, and as you can see, the subtools which were invisible earlier got deleted. The next button is high res vis. It's opposite of the low res vis. It will set your visible subtools to their highest subdivision level. So right now you can see all my subtools are at division level 1. If I click this high res vis, all of them will get to their highest subdivision levels, which is 4 in this case. Next is to visible. So with the help of this button, you can apply many operations to all the subtools at once. Like if you click this, you have many options to choose from, like subdivide them one time, or reconstruct their subdivision, or correct their duplicate names, or create new layers at top of the subdivision level, or turn off all layers, or turn on next layer, and all these. So if I click this subdivide them one time, right now you can notice that my object don't have any subdivision level. So if I select this and click OK, all of my subtools got divided one time, as you can see here. Next is show hide all. It will just basically show or hide your subtools. Like if I click this, all my subtools will get hidden except for the one I have selected, and if I click it again, all my subtools will be back. Next is this Nano To Mesh. Right now I have this Suzanne head with Nano Mesh applied, not applied, created to each of its face. So if I if I go to face mode, you can see these are the Nano Mesh which don't have their faces visible right now. If I click this Nano To Mesh, it will apply the nano to its mesh, and now if I go to face mode, you can see these objects are editable now. Next is this clone folder. What it will do, it will clones your current folder as new tool in your palette. So right now I have this folder with the sphere inside this, and all these 3 items are not in that folder. So I select this folder and I click on clone folder. What it has done, it has created a new tool here with only the objects that was in that folder. Next is toggle top ST. It means toggle top subtool. It will basically toggle your top subtool. Keep your eye here on my first subtool, which is the cylinder. If I click this, it will turn it off. If I click it again, it will turn it on. So right now you can't see it because it's selected. So if I select the Suzanne head and I toggle my top subtool, it will look like this.